How's it going, everyone? Marriland here, and yeah, quite a bit of stuff has happened since last time over here on the Hermitcraft Feed the Beast server. So, yeah, I went to the Nether, and then I went back, and I was going to show a lot of that, and it just ended up being really boring. There wasn't really that much to do. A lot of it's just the vanilla stuff anyway. So in a nutshell, I ended up getting some netherrack, I ended up getting some soul sand, I also ended up enchanting a whole bunch of my stuff over at spawn, and the first thing I got was these Haste 3 boots. I love these things. Look, they just make me go so fast. Oh, I love it. So nice. Also picked up some glowstone. I actually have a bit more, but those are over in a project table. So I have pretty much everything I need over at the from the Nether, so that's good. I also picked up some slime balls from D-Mac. I was playing with him and Hypno earlier. They're working on something over at spawn, which is fun. Awesome guys. And got some extra blaze rods while I was there. The reason is I'm going to need magma cream eventually, and oops, you know what? In order to do this, there's actually a recipe. You can just take a slime ball, mix it with some blaze powder. I just had a heck of a time finding those darn things. Now, on top of all of that, I went caving just off camera. I was bored, wanted to have some fun, and found this awesome caving adventure thing, which is just great. You can see I've got my resources way up, lots of diamonds, lots of things all over the place. I have been busy. Busy as a bee. So, let's take a look at some of the cool stuff from the caving adventure. What is this? That's a portal gun! I know. A portal gun! It is exactly like it sounds. I gotta show you that. Also picked up some steel ingots, some tracks, wooden ties, these heads. Oh, I enchanted this sword, one of these swords, and it has this Vorpal thing where you can actually chop off enemies' heads. It's pretty cool. I think you might have seen that in part 1, although it might have been my head. Yeah, but picked up a whole bunch of stuff. Now, you'll find steel in these caves and stuff inside of the treasure chest. So you can find them as loot, which is pretty cool. It's normally rather hard to get. You have to make something called a blast furnace, and I will show you that later, although probably not this episode. I'm going to be working on these tracks and wooden ties. Now, you can pick those up while you're caving, of course, but I want to make them from scratch, and that's why I built this rolling machine here. So, before I get started with that, let's just, oh, you know what? Let's sleep really quick. I want to show you a tour of the base. Oh yeah, look at everyone. I'm trying to bum some magma cream off of D-Mac. Cheater, go get it yourself. I know, right? I'm such a cheater. Okay, so, let's see. As you can see, I have done a lot of remodeling over here too. Put a whole bunch of flowers on, but most importantly, I have expanded this little pad substantially, and that took a ton of dirt. It is crazy, but it's going to give me plenty of room to build. I really wanted to expand our base before too long, and I got some ideas for how it'll look. I think I want to go with like some spruce wood, make like a beach house of some sort. Make some glass looking over the window, or over the ocean. But then I have this little area off to the side here, and there's all this stuff. I want to make some power. And one way I keep hearing to make power is this thing called Steve's Carts. It's an add-on for Railcraft, which basically lets you do tons of stuff with minecarts. And what was that? Okay. Random lightning. Cool. Also got a whole ton of this stuff. Okay, so you know what? There was one thing I was going to do. It's this portal gun. Look at this. You can find this as loot inside of various chests and things, but you can also craft it by, how do you even make this thing? I know there's a way to make it. You can take some iron, obsidian, a diamond, and then this miniature black hole, which requires a lot of ender pearl dust and a nether star. Yeah, so really the best way to get these is just do a lot of caving. A lot of adventuring, you'll find it. Okay, so it works pretty much like Portal, in the sense that it teleports you from one place to another. For instance, let's take, actually it has a pretty long range. So now you could press Control if you're using Optifine, but if you have a mouse with a scroll wheel, you can press the middle button to zoom in, which is really awesome. I love that. So if you left click, you'll shoot the color that's on top. Now you're not going to be able to see anything over there, but for example, see, have a blue one. And then if you right click, you shoot the bottom color. They link up together. So if I were to put the blue one there and the orange one there, if I walk into this, it takes me over there. Walk into this. Woo, look at that. You can have a lot of fun with this. So that's the orange. Let's go ahead and, oops, let's use the non-Optifine one. And we just walk in here. Ta-da! We're all the way over here. Look at that. How cool is that? Now, this can actually span a long distance. Great for traveling. There's some other fun stuff you can do with it. But let's say you want to get rid of the portals you've set. The default key for that... Oh, that's weird. Why isn't that working? Whoa! Alright, just having some server lag or something. The default key for that is just R. If you press R, it will then reset all of your portals. Pretty cool, right? Just wait, it gets better. There's another cool feature you can do. It is the ability to grab things. First of all, you can press G. Look, you can just take this sheep along with you. You just press it. You don't have to hold it in. But you can take mobs or pretty much anything along with you. And then to set it down, you just kind of place it where you want. Press G. So cool. You can do the same thing with blocks. Woo! Look at that. Sometimes it can be a little clunky and jittery, but it's really great. Now you can move a lot of weird things with this. It's kind of fun. You can move like, I'm pretty sure you can move spawners and things. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, definitely love this portal gun. It is just a blast. I think I'm going to leave it in my inventory. Alright, so that was fun, but now we got to check out some other stuff. So we're going to start by making some rails. In order to do this, we're going to have to use a new recipe. Now, the recipe you know to make these tracks is gone. You can't just put the iron there, and you can't just put some wood there. You have to, or I think it's a stick, you have to make these standard rails and these wooden rail beds first. So I went ahead and kind of got everything set up. Let's start with the rails. Remember that rolling machine I made a little bit ago? Well, this is what you need it for. You need to place 6 iron in a pattern kind of like that, and you'll get 8 standard rails. That's not the only way to make those, actually. You can use bronze, although that's less efficient. Steel, or refined iron, is also pretty nice. It gives you 10 if you don't mind smelting it a little bit, because to get refined iron, all you need to do is smelt it. And that's used more in the industrial craft stuff. Where did the other thing go? Here we go. You can also use steel ingots, which you just have to use this blast furnace thing to convert your iron into that. But starting with iron's no big deal. So let's go ahead and get these rolling. We're going to need some power, because you know what? I took the power off of that because it just kept doing its thing. Let's go over to the engine room and pop that there. Now, a lot of you have been saying there's this Redstone Control thing. You know what? Yeah, I derped. I'm used to using these hobbyist steam engines. This is actually the first time I built a normal one, and forgot. Oh yeah, it has this little redstone signal thing. So you can actually change how it interacts with redstone. By default, it's set to low signal required. So it can basically turn on when it's low. If it's set to high, as long as there's any signal, I think that's right. Or you can just ignore it. Here, yeah, like, oh, I don't know. I'm doing a terrible job of explaining that. This isn't really the time I want to explain it. This isn't a practical use for it. But as you can see here, it's ignoring the redstone signal. It doesn't matter if it has it or not. So if you just want it to always run, do that. Otherwise, you can do that and turn it on and off as you desire. So it should be rolling everything right now, which is great. We don't need to use a lot of power. Already got our first standard rails here. Let's go ahead and click to craft to make our next batch. Don't need a ton of these because you'll actually get 32 rails in your recipe. I'm going to go back here and turn this off just because we don't need any more power right now. No. Okay, so what about those wooden ties? Well, we got just the thing for that. Remember all that creosote oil I've been getting over here from this coke oven? Well, this is what you get to use it with. You can take a bottle of creosote and mix it with 3 wood slabs, and that'll get you 1 wooden tie. You're going to need 4 wooden ties in order to make this wooden rail bed thingy. That's this thing. So one of those will actually get you, combined with the 6 standard rail, that'll get you 32 tracks. So we're going to need to make, let's see, about 8 of these. And that'll get us enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's good. Okay, now just shape them like that, and boom. Oh, what's this other recipe? So I could do something. Wooden post. Cool. All right. Got the wooden rail beds. Let's make some rails. What do you say? Ta-da! Now, I already had these tracks that I got from caving, but I wanted to make some with you. Now you know how to make some tracks. So, what are we going to do with these tracks? Well, that's what that sandy square thing on my map is for. We're going to make something neat with it. Now, we're not just going to make some kind of normal minecart. We're doing this Steve's cart thing. And there's a whole bunch of different ways to get started. I set up a ton of these project tables to hopefully make the things we need. Let's see. So, we're going to want to start with this thing called a, what is it, a Kart Assembler? Yeah, that's what makes the magic happen. You'd need 4 smooth stone, 3 iron, and 2 of this simple PCB stuff, which is just 1 gold with 4 iron and 4 redstone. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and make those 2 simple PCBs. And then I think I have some smooth stone right here. We're going to take this recipe down for half a second. Oh, right. Did I really? There we go. All right, so let me grab some gold. Wait, did I need gold? I don't even think I needed gold. No, I just need smooth stone and iron. Wait, I already had all that. Derp. Getting a little ahead of myself. Okay, so smooth stone and iron. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Kart Assembler. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this thing needs power or not. Whoa! That is a big honkin' screen. Let me just tell you one thing really quick here. I've not done this before. I don't have a clue what is going on. And I think that'll actually kind of make it fun. So we'll learn this together. I was doing a little bit of reading on the wiki for that. I was watching a video kind of showing some stuff, but I only watched that once. Only poked around the wiki. I want to just see stuff as we go. So we want to change this Gui Scale. All right, let's change it to normal for half a moment. Hopefully. I know it looks so tiny, right? Maybe large will do it. Perfect. Okay, so now we can hopefully see this. What on earth is this? And looks like it needs some fuel, but I think we can just pop that in there. Yeah, just pop some coal in there and it'll fill up the fuel. Now, I don't think you actually need to power this thing. We're going to find out. But we're going to need to make a hull. To start making a cart, please add a cart hull of your choice to the hull slot. So there's a few different hulls here. There is a standard or a wooden hull, a standard hull, a reinforced hull, and then the mechanical pig. They have different kind of thingies. For instance, this wooden hull has a modular capacity of 12, a module complexity cap of 3, 1 engine count, and 0 add-ons. Don't bother with that. What you really want to start with is this standard hull. The modular capacity is 200. That's basically like, think of each thing you add to it as requiring a certain amount of points. Well, you have 200 points to play with, and the different add-ons and stuff cost points to put on it. The complexity cap is the highest amount of points a single add-on can have. So that's pretty complex, but it won't let you do all the great stuff. You can add 3 engines and 6 add-ons to it. And then this reinforced one, which it requires this reinforced metal, which sounds like it's just a pain to get. You have to go through all these, I know the recipe for iron. You have to go through all this stuff to get it. No need to bother with that for a simple farm, but that's what you do for the really advanced stuff. So let's start with a standard hull. It's basically a minecart except with these iron wheels. Super simple to make, just an iron ingot surrounded by some sticks. In fact, I think I have that set up in one of these chests over here. Alright, so iron. Whoa, all over the place. Ta-da! Iron wheels. Nice. Pop those there. And then make a little U. Ta-da! Standard hull. Cool! Let's put this thing down, and you set it right here. Look! That is the standard hull right there. Now we could go ahead and assemble it right now, but we're not going to want to do that. We got to put some stuff on this thing, man. So let's take a look what kind of stuff we can add to it. Engines. Are any of these clickable? No. Well, that's a shame. Guess I'll have to look it up. Alright, so I'm actually going to go to this item subset, go to mod, Steve's Carts, and double click. That'll show us mostly the Steve's Cart stuff. Okay, so the goal of this whole Steve's Cart system is actually to make a tree farm. We're going to plant trees around in a circle. And this hull thing, this minecart, will automatically chop down the trees. So in order to do that, we're going to need this thing called the Woodcutter. And it requires 34 for that modular cost. We're going to need a wood cutting core, 5 saw blades, and some iron. Saw blades are relatively simple, although they do cost diamonds. So this is going to cost us 5 diamonds in order to make. That's okay, we'll get over it. The wood cutting core needs 8 saplings surrounding an advanced PCB. And to get an advanced PCB, you just take 2 simple PCBs, which we've already done, put 4 redstone on the corners, and then 3 iron in a stripe down the middle. So let's go ahead and make that really quick. 2 simple PCBs. And did we just need 1? Yeah, we just needed 1. Okay, so I'm going to, I know so much stuff you gotta make. Let me just, I'll come right back to these guys. How's that sound? Okay, so I did it again. Oh my goodness. I'm so crazy. 2 of those. Stripe down the middle. And then that. Now there's one other thing I actually did pick up. I picked up some of these Indigo Flowers. Remember I was telling you about those things called plans? I think now would be a great time to start using them. So let's go ahead and make some paper. Since we're going to be making a lot of this stuff over and over again, let's go ahead and, I don't know, we'll make a dozen. So, could just get some indigo dye from it. Now, is there another more efficient way? Yeah, if we had this extractor thing, we could get 3 from it, but it's no big deal. Alright, we'll just take a dozen of that. So, mix the 2 together and we get these blank plans. Let's check it out. So, we'll probably be wanting to make more of these advanced PCBs. So, we just put the blank plan there and then click this button, and now we have an advanced PCB plan. So, for instance, we can put all this stuff back into the inventory here. Just set that there, and it'll automatically look in here. And if you have the stuff for it, you can click it and just make it directly. If you don't, it'll light up in red the things you're missing from that recipe. Very cool. So we have that advanced PCB, and we just need to surround it with some saplings. I went ahead and put the saplings over here. We're going to want to make a recipe for those simple PCBs as well. So let's go ahead and put that there. And we now have a simple PCB plan. Nice. So we can put all this away, and whenever we need to make one, we can just take it from the plan instead. Definitely an effective way of doing it. So let's make that wood cutting core. Probably don't need to make a plan for that. You know, think we kind of know we only need that one. All right, we got the 5 saw blades. And what else did we need for that? We needed, oh, that's not the one. Where is it? There we go. Oh, just an iron. No problem. There we go. Woodcutter. All right, let's see what happens if we add this here. Now, this is a tool, so we'd have to put it in this tool slot. Well, that looks cool. That looks really cool. However, it's going to take 9 minutes in order to make. That's not neat. Yeah, well, this thing needs engines now in order to keep running. It's not just going to move on its own. To have it fully automatic, you're going to want to make sure you have 2 types of engines. Well, I mean, you could do it with just coal, I guess, but solar engines are nice as well. Let's start by making the solar panel. Now, this is not the solar panel that's used for electricity if you're playing with Industrial Craft and Greg Tech and stuff. No, this solar panel is just used for these carts. It's just an ingredient, which is kind of a shame because it's a really cheap recipe too. You know what? I'm going to make a plan for that really quick because I think we'll probably, or no, maybe we don't need these right now. If we wanted to make an advanced one, we could do that. But I think just the basic ones. So this is what we're going to need. We're going to need 4 of these solar panels, an advanced PCB, 2 iron ingot, and 2 piston. So let's go ahead and make 4 of these. And I guess it doesn't really hurt. We got enough stuff for the plans. You know, we can always just put them places. Alright, so we got that. We have the pistons here. And we just need that advanced PCB. So let's put the pistons there. Was it just iron or am I misremembering? What am I looking up? The solar engine. This guy. Yeah, 2 iron right up there. And simple. We need 2 of these. And then that to make the advanced. I think it was an advanced, right? Yep, there we go. Solar engine. Nice. So we have an engine to put in this guy. Let's go ahead and put that right there. Cool. Now that's like right in the middle there. So I don't know if we can really add something else right there. But I think we might be able to add a coal engine. Let's find out. So there's this tiny coal engine. Just a tiny little thing. But I don't know if that's really what we want. We'll see if we can make a full-blown coal engine to put in there. But it might not have enough room. So that's super simple. 5 iron on top of a furnace and then 2 pistons on the bottom. So, where did I put all that stuff? There's the furnace. 2 pistons. Oops, that's like that. Okay, well let's try this coal engine here. Let's see if it'll fit. And it does, somehow. Don't know how, but it's in there. That's pretty great. Now with the, oh, there it is. See, it's kind of burning in the back. Okay, so there's like a whole ton of other stuff we could add to this. There's like attachments and things. There's storage. Now storage is very important because we're going to need somewhere to put all of the wood this is chopping down. So let's go ahead and make one of these storage things. Now there's a few things. There's this internal storage, which has some chest panes. Probably see a doctor about that. A chest lock, and that makes this little internal storage thing. I don't know how much storage that adds. There's also these side chests. Oh, that has a modular cost of 25. Yeek. Huh. But I think we want to make sure it can unload. I don't know if it can unload from that. There is a front chest, but I don't know how well that's going to work with the drills. For some reason, that just doesn't seem right. But these side chests, they seem pretty cool. Alright, so large chest pane, huge chest pane, chest lock. Alright, well, let's get started on that stuff then. So, to make that chest pane, first take an eye out of wood planks, okay? Then put 2 logs on the side. And that'll get you 32 chest panes. Yeah, that's a lot. Gonna go ahead and make a plan for this. And we're going to make 64. And I'm not even sure if that'll be enough. But we do have a plan, so we can do more with that. Now, we got to make an even larger one. So for this large chest pane, we just take 4 chest panes, put them together to make a large chest pane. And then this huge one is 9 chest panes together to get a huge one. So we're going to need 2 normal chest panes, 2 large chest panes, and then 4 huge. So let's start with those large ones. What do you say? That's just 4 together. Just because I got plans for days, let's go ahead and... Oops, what have I done? No, there we go. All right, we'll make that, and we just need 2, and then we're good. Now we're going to need 4 of these. Again, these are used quite a few recipes, I think, so we'll make a plan. No big deal either way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Now, put those there. These on top. Boom, 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 boom. And what was it? Just like a chest lock. So that's this thing right here. It's just smooth stone on top of some iron. And that actually gets you 8 chest locks. Not too shabby. Did it again. Oh, man. And boom. Side chests. Cool. Let's add these to storage. Nice. Now I can store some items. Now, as we can see here, the total cost is 72. So we can actually add a whole bunch more stuff to this. Not even close. And that's what we're going to do. Let's see. Attachments, add-ons. I think we're actually starting to run through the list of fun things. There's like a whole ton of things you can add to these carts. You can add like drills and things if you want to do mining with it. I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg. But I wanted to show a practical use that a lot of people like to get started with, and I never have done before. It's the Steve's Carts Farms. And they're pretty cool. So we're just going to focus on that for today. But no, there's like a ton of other stuff for you to do. But one thing we are going to want to put on it is this thing called the Fertilizer. And it's going to take a simple PCB, 3 leather, 2 glass bottles, and 2 bone meal. So let's go over and make, what was it, just 1 simple PCB? That's not too bad. Alright, so we got that. Now, 3 leather. What am I missing here? Sometimes I have just such the short attention span, it seems. Trying to make this fertilizer. Okay, well, we'll just do it this way. I was off by a bit. There we go. And this is an attachment, so as you see, there are different things you can put on it, but we'll put that on it there. Now, I wonder what we have for add-ons. Let's actually just type add-on, and that'll show us different add-ons like height controller, liquid sensors, these entity detectors, I guess like detect if there's things around. Divine shield, melter, extreme melter, invisibility core, wow. Chunk loader. What's involved in that? Oh, it's actually not, oh, it needs some reinforced metal. It's not too bad. I guess that keeps the chunk loaded. Useful if you're trying to like move stuff around. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything we really need here. Don't know what this colorizer does. So much of this stuff, I don't have a clue what it does. Guess it's no big deal. Empty disk. That's not too bad. Like we could probably put something on it to detect things. I don't even know. For attachments, cleaning machine, torch placer. Oh, like a hydrator. We could use that. We could make something like this again, except put a hydrator to water plants and stuff. Useful if we wanted to make a new farm. Because I had to tear down my old farm, which is no problem. I needed to do it to expand. It was getting kind of Anyway, I have enough stuff, so. Alright. And I think, let me actually go here. Add-on, yeah, those are all the add-ons, alright. Huh. Okay, well, I think that's actually pretty much set. I don't really know if there's anything left we need to do. So I'm going to see if we can put some... Oh, I gotta do something about all that creosote oil. I'm gonna make this sick Zycraft tank thing. No one made one of those at spawn. It's pretty sweet. I hear, they lag, but I've also heard that it's not really that bad, so. Okay, can't put any coal coke in there. That's a shame. But we'll just load it up. Alright, so this is going to take about 15 minutes to do. I'm not going to bore you with this. Instead, I'm going to wait. And it's actually going to take 15 minutes of real time in order to assemble. Hopefully, I got everything right here. It looks good. I don't think there's any add-ons that would be helpful in this setup, but we'll just see. Let's go ahead and assemble it. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Progress. Nice. Before I leave, I think there's one other thing I want to make. And this is called, actually there's two other things. We need to make this thing called a cargo manager. And it needs these iron panes, like a whole ton of these. What this does is this basically allows you to take cargo in and retrieve cargo, or you can put cargo and stuff inside of your new cart. And you can also withdraw from it. So this is what we'll do to take all of the logs it chops down and to put fuel into it. So we're going to need these iron panes. Ooh, my. So as you can see, we need a lot of chest panes, and that'll make iron panes. And we're going to need, oh man, I don't want to count. I'm just going to make a bunch of them. And then we need these dynamic panes. So redstone and iron panes. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to go ahead and make a bunch of these. What was the recipe for that again? Just some chest panes surrounding an iron. No problem. But we're going to need more chest panes. I'll tell you what. I'll just go ahead and make a whole bunch of these. And I'll see you in a sec. Alright, take a look at that. I got the cargo manager all set up. I accidentally made one more huge iron pane. Whoops, didn't mean to click that. So much easier to make all this stuff with plans. Oh man, anything you make like a whole ton of with plans. Oh, and that reminds me, while this is cooking up, there's one other cool thing I want to make. Because we still got about another 11 minutes to go. This is burning through some coal. So you know what, I'm just going to put a whole stack in there. It's no big deal. Before long, we'll have more charcoal and we know what to do with. Okay, so I've been talking about this Minium Stone thing for a while, right? I think it's about time we finally make this, because this is just sick. First of all, we're going to need some shards of Minium, and you're going to need some smooth stone, as well as some gold. So, I think I even have some gold in here. Yeah, that's fine. Let's borrow one of these. I'll tidy this all up off camera, don't worry. Let's see. I need to find the Minium Stone. So we need 8 shards of Minium surrounded by an inert stone. For an inert stone, you just need 4 iron surrounding a gold ingot and then stone on the corners. Well, that's pretty cool. Alright, let's start with that inert stone. Alright, got it. So, put that there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to clear that quick, and let's surround it. Oh yeah, take a look. The Minium Stone. Now, this is from the Equivalent Exchange 3 mod, and it's actually kind of interesting. I don't know everything about it, but I know there are so many different recipes with this. It is just insane. You can use it to basically change one thing into another thing. And you do it shapelessly. But it does not consume the stone. For instance, if you had 4 cobblestone, you could turn it into a flint. If you had a flint, you could turn it into 4 cobblestone. You can change gravel into dirt, dirt into gravel. I mean, it's really interesting. Some of the more useful recipes, let's say you need clay, right? You can probably find some gravel. You can turn 4 gravel into clay. Let's see. Obsidian. This is super nice. We can take some logs, turn 2 logs into obsidian. Hold up. Now I could run back to the crafting table, or while you're holding the Minium orb thingy, the Minium Stone, you can press C, and that will bring up a crafting table. Yes! I know, it's so great. You don't even have to do anything else with this thing to love it for that. It is an awesome portable crafting table that renders the actual portable crafting table pretty much useless. So, let's try this out. Take that Minium Stone, and does it work? It might not work on rubber wood. I've actually been having some problems with that. Let me clear some things out of my inventory really quick. I've been getting so many tools, enchanting them over at spawn. Oh, and that reminds me of one other thing I'll make while we're cooking up that engine thing. But first, let me get some more wood. I'll just take the whole stack, whatever. Alright. Minium Stone. Now, why isn't this working? That's weird. Maybe it can't craft itself? That's probably it. Or not. Maybe it has to be a certain type of wood. No, it says it can do jungle wood. That's so weird. Oh, you know what? That's right. I do remember hearing about this. That's why. Okay, so I think it's currently bugged right now where it doesn't show the item you're trying to get. But you can still... Actually, I just don't think it works with rubber wood. You can still click it and it will generate it. You just have to like click it twice. I think it's bugged or something right now. Kind of stinks. That's why it's not working. But as you can see, it does not consume the stone. It simply takes up its durability, which is pretty cool, actually. You can use it for a lot of things. You can also use it to turn one type of block into another. You can right-click and boom. Oh, man. I don't remember what the key is to change what you're trying to change it into. I know it shows in the bottom right corner, but I was never able to figure it out. So if you happen to know, it's like one of those things that's been driving me crazy. But you can change one block from another without even having to change it. It doesn't work on everything, but it's pretty cool. Maybe it's based on the type of block you're looking at. Like, you might not be able to change it back. So, I don't know. Maybe there isn't a button combination for it, and I'm just derping. One other really important thing we need to make. Need to make it right now. Making iron chests. So there's two ways to make an iron chest, right? The first way is you just take a chest and surround it with 8 iron. That gives you an iron chest. But I got all my stuff put away, man. I don't want to have to do anything with that. So you can make this thing called a normal chest to iron chest upgrade. And with that, you can actually just right-click one of your chests, and it will automatically upgrade it. Look at all this room in here. Yeah, an iron chest holds as much room as a double chest. So that's really super cool. And let's go ahead and make 2 of these. They do not stack, unfortunately. But where's one of my chests that's getting, like, really full? This one's getting really full. So we can right-click that, and boom! Splits it in 2. But the really cool thing is you can actually have these sitting right next to each other. No problem. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade a whole bunch of my chests into these iron ones. Now there's a whole ton of different chests you can upgrade to, and different ways you can upgrade them. So if you have NEI on, just type in chest and look through some of these upgrades or some of these chests. And they have different storage sizes, which is pretty neat. Gold chests aren't too bad, particularly if you're upgrading, let's say. Alright, so how much progress? Oh, 5 minutes left, darn it. Darn it! Well, at least I got a chance to show you some cool stuff. I think I'm going to just let it finish, so I will see you in a moment, and then we'll get started on this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Alright, take a look at that. We have the modular cart. That is pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. There's one other thing we're going to need to do. We're going to need to make this thing called a detector, an advanced detector rail. Pretty sure that's what we want. I'm not entirely sure, but I think we need that. So that's just 6 iron, 2 pressure plates, and some redstone. So pretty simple to make. Whoops. Start with those pressure plates. 2 of those. And just put the recipe up there. Oh, darn it. I really don't have redstone on me, huh? No big deal. I'll just borrow some from here. Okay, that gets us 2 of these advanced detector rails. And I think that's what you need in order to make this thing work. Now, I went ahead and laid down all the tracks. So we'll just see how that goes. But I'm going to replace this one with one of these advanced detector tracks. Rails or whatever. So I think this is how it's going to work. In fact, let's just set this cart down. See what happens. Look at it go! It's sprouting a solar panel flower. That's cool. You're gonna do anything? Oh, wow, it's going. Look at that. It's just kind of chilling. Oh, man, I don't know how to get this thing to stop, though. Or, there we go. Just kind of unload. Oh, it's going! Oh, it's going! Stop, buddy! You gotta stop. It's no problem. Whoa. Let's go ahead and put some of these... Whoa, no, wait. I don't want to put it there. I want to put it into maybe those side chests? Maybe it'll plant if it does that. I actually don't know. Woodcutter. Actually, maybe I need to put it in the woodcutter. Oh, there we go. Look, it's planting things. Oh, that's so cool. Just kind of setting them up. Doing its thing. Now we can actually go ahead and put this coal on the ground. Wait, did it? Nah. Stop you! Stop. Alright, I'm just gonna dump a whole bunch of coal into it. Now, I think what it'll do is, after these grow all the way, in fact, I'm just gonna give it some normal saplings I happen to... No, wait. No! It's gotten so off track now. You have a mind of your own. Alright, go ahead and plant those things. And I'm going to go get some fertilizer really quick. So remember that fertilizer add-on I added? I think some bone meal will work. Now, the best way to make bone meal, well, there's actually a few ways, but you can put it in a pulverizer to actually get way more bone meal than you would if you just crushed some bones. So I'm actually going to start with 14, but let's just get this kind of going in the background. There we go. Alright, I'll be back for that in a sec. But let's... Oh, look at it go! It's just planting trees. Now, this fertilizer that you're about to give it, or that I'm about to give it, it does not... Stop. It doesn't make things instantly grow. No, it doesn't. But it does make the trees grow faster, and that's definitely what we want. Look at it go. So neat. But in order to get everything out of here, we're going to need to use this cargo manager. So it has a whole bunch of different colors on it, and these mean things. And I don't even know what they mean. So we're going to kind of play around with this. Now, change part of the cart. Change. Alright, so you can click these things, and that's like arrows. So for instance, yellow here, Whoa! There's a tree! Look at it go! What's it doing? What are you doing, little guy? What's going on? Oh, you're planting. It is chopping that tree down. It is chopping that tree down, by Jove. That's so cool. Now you need the coal engine because it will run out of power if there's too much stuff overhead, like the leaves and stuff. Look, it just put everything in here. That's so cool. So you don't even need to like extract it from it. That's what this detector rail's for. It'll just kind of tell it to do stuff with this. Oh, so cool. Okay, so it's putting, oh, right, so that yellow thing, that right there, since it's facing that detector rail, wait, it's putting it, oh, so it's like trying to get stuff from the red? I don't know why it's interacting with that. Interesting. I don't know what all this stuff does. Turn back after transfer. So maybe it like, I think this must tell it like to turn in a different direction or something. Current side. Oh, so you can set different settings. That's cool. So we could have this one for red. And let's have it put in... Actually, wait. Let's have this one yellow. And let's have it put into the cart. See, this is the cargo manager. Let's have it put in coal. Or charcoal or something. We'll start with coal for right now. This is pretty neat. I'm just going to take like a few. Shouldn't need a ton. Now nothing's going in the chest yet. Wait. Oh, right, because it's sending it back in. Kind of follow? Huh. Oh, there we go. Now we can just put everything into the engine. Oops. No. Alright, so that's telling it to put... Huh. Alright, so this is in the cargo manager. Railers, storage slots, torches, explosives, arrows, bridge materials, seeds, fertilizer. See, we could take some saplings out of it. Huh. Tell it like different stacks and things. All slots. So we don't want it to send in there. Let's tell it to take everything out. We just want to take coal from there and put it in. Okay, now it's doing its thing, right? You going? Alright, so we have the blue side over there. It does not seem to want to be doing anything. Or there it goes. Alright, it's going. Okay, so I think I got this wily little guy kind of going a little bit better. It is taking the saplings, but then it's replanting them. Put some fertilizer in it, so it should grow the trees nice and fast. Eventually we'll get that a little better automated. It's using coal to kind of supply fuel, as well as a solar engine. Let's see. It's getting these woods into the side chests, and then it should be properly dropping them off here into this little area. Now I need to figure out how to get it from here into this chest, and I think I just need to make a redstone engine for that. In fact, those are super simple. I know I say that about everything, but it's true. They are. See, look. It's dumping everything it picked up in there, and it's not doing anything else. I want to make sure it gets some coal. But right now it's trying to take the wood and use it as fuel because it can actually do that. And we want to process it into charcoal first. So, I don't know. We'll have to do that. Let me, you know what? I think we've probably done enough right now. So, I think let's just leave this be. We'll come back and revisit this thing. Maybe do some extra fun stuff. I'll poke around and see what works. And we'll do that in the next episode of Marriland's Hermitcraft Feed the Beast Adventure. See you next time, Steve.